No, I am not.
Down, 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 down.
We are like you only.
Lock.
Check.
Lock.
Start. Oh, it's on. Ready? So Goa politics is heating up. It's said that I was speaking to one of my journalist friend in Goa, and he said that Goa politics has become, especially during elections, it's a multi-starrer film where the Congress and the BJP are the leading men, and the other parties are competing with each other to get them down. But there is one angle to the whole Goa politics, is the people who have changed their parties and have switched just before elections. That is going to be a major factor in this election as well as the Christian votes are also being talked about. Today, to talk about why they changed their party and what is their agenda, how Goa politics is going to tackle the turncoats and the people who have changed their party just before the elections, I have with me Mr. Michael Lobo. He was Speaker of Goa Assembly. He was in BJP and shifted to Congress, and now he is a Congress candidate. I also have Mrs. Alina Saldana. She was with the BJP. She got elected in the bypoll, and just before election, she shifted to Aam Aadmi Party. Let me start with you, ma'am, first. What prompted you to leave BJP? It is said that the Christian MLAs are leaving BJP because the church is against the BJP, and that is the reason why the Christian MLAs are quitting BJP and joining some other parties. Is that the reason why you shifted to Aam Aadmi Party just few days before the elections?
First and foremost, a very good evening to all. Now, I would like to make it very clear that no member of the church ever spoke to me with reference to the BJP. Now, I was with the BJP for 2 terms.
Yes.
And the first term, I can say, was good because I was able to do a lot of development. There were a lot of pro-people schemes, and people were happy. But somehow, towards the end of the first term and beginning of the second term, the projects that the government was bringing into the state, according to me, are totally anti-people and anti-Goa. Definitely destroying Goa and all that Goa is loved for. I'm talking about the 3 linear projects, okay? Especially, I thought that it was heartless on the part of the government to bring a project like the doubling of the South-Western Railway track. Now, we all know that the existing track is just about 14-15 meters away from the houses all along the route. And now the second track, as told to me by the South-Western Railway management, would be 14 meters towards the houses. And I was totally flabbergasted to think that the government could ever think of such a project. And I requested the Honorable Chief Minister to come onto the tracks because I wanted him to see for himself what this project would do to the houses and to the lives of the people.
What would happen to the development? Every state needs a development. You
Yes.
need the railways.
Definitely.
And you waited till 11th hour. If you had an issue, a lot of people say that you could have shifted before. This government is in place since last.
It's not about shifting. I'm talking about the issue.
Right.
Now, the issue was such that, as I said, the second track is going to land into the compounds of the houses. Not just one house, but hundreds of houses. Many of the houses being heritage houses. Now, for me, this is destruction. Not only destruction of the houses, but destruction of the lives of the people. And in no way can I term this as development.
Right.
This is destruction, because I think those at the helm of affairs have to first understand and find out how much can a state of the size of Goa carry.
Right.
Okay, so this was the issue, and then there were other projects, like for example the highway through the wildlife sanctuary. I was a forest minister. I know the Forest Conservation Act 1980 that is so stringent and does not allow anything to happen within the forest wildlife sanctuary. And here was the government trying to construct a highway through the wildlife sanctuary wherein they would be digging underground, making, flyovers.
I want to come to that, but you, as you said, you were minister in the BJP government, and these projects started much earlier. Even during Mr. Parrikar's time, these projects were in the pipeline. I would like to come to that, but before that, Michael, she spoke about destruction. You had a destruction in politics because you shifted from BJP to Congress. They were banking on you, and now the BJP thinks that the chief minister just a while back, while speaking to us, had said that for BJP it's nation first. For Michael, it's his wife first, and that's why he shifted from BJP to Congress.
I would say no. For me also it's the nation first. And my wife is not in politics just yesterday. Like they gave one ticket in Sattari Taluka to one lady who's just come in politics yesterday. My wife is in the panchayat for 3 terms, that is 15 years. It's more than the chief minister. Chief Minister is in politics from 2012. My wife is in politics from 2007. So she's 1 term more than him. So she was supposed to contest independent. Not now, long back. This is in 2012, 2017. It was Manohar Parrikar who stopped her from contesting in 2017. And for his word, she withdrew from the contest. It was independent she was contesting from Saligaon constituency. So she had withdrawn then.
Right.
So what CM or whoever talks about that wife first is not like that. She is in politics.
So you say that if your wife would have been given ticket, you wouldn't have left BJP?
No, we had decided to leave BJP long back. I was a minister then. After the demise of Parrikarji, a lot of things changed in Goa politics. There's no ethics, no principles. Whatever is there is bulldozed.
What kind of ethics and principles you're talking about?
Everything, like Manohar Parrikar's words, what Madam was just talking about, that we do not require double tracking in the state of Goa. Because there are only 2 trains coming. You just check the data.
Yeah.
2 trains coming into Goa. Why they want a single line is to transport the coal. Madam failed to tell you that.
Yeah.
Means
I was on the verge
she
of
wanted
the mining
to tell.
basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the coal which unloads on the Murmugaon Port Trust.
Yeah.
They want a dedicated line to shift the coal from Goa port up to Karnataka.
Right.
Now Karnataka has a port.
has
Right.
5 ports.
And those people are not allowing them to transport the coal to the destination they want. They want to, Goa being a soft target, Goans are very soft. Now during the COVID times, the highest number of deaths were recorded in Murmugaon and Vasco.
Right.
It's about the coal inhalation. The trucks which are moving from there,
Coal dust.
it's all
Right.
dust of the coal. And people have suffered, people are suffering. And Parrikarji had said that we will not increase from 9,000 metric tons of coal. Means we will put a capping. That was the assurance given in the house. It was a house assurance. Dr. Pramod Sawant increased that coal capping from 9,000 to 12,000 metric tons. Now it is increased more than that. Now what we want to say is what coal is required in Karnataka can be unloaded in Karnataka itself. Should not be unloaded in Goa. Whatever is getting unloaded is okay because of the port trusts have to work, there are workers, whatever. 9,000 is fine. But cannot be more than that.
But
So it's not about the railway line. It's about the coal.
Right.
Now
I'm
why
sorry,
the
it's not just the coal, it is also the railway line.
Yeah.
Where are the people
Why
going to
it is
go?
being
They
built?
will not be able to reside in their homes.
Why it is being
We are
built?
going to render people homeless. And you cannot term that
But
development.
are your respective parties are promising you now that the demands which you are raising, for which you left the BJP and have now joined two different parties, they will be pushing forward your demands and will not allow this railway line to happen, or the other demands what you have?
Yes, AAP, Mr. Kejriwal has made a very categorical statement that he will scrap the 3 linear projects if his government comes to power in the state of
Then
Goa.
what is the need? Like I just read today that Aam Aadmi Party asked its candidates to take an oath, right? An affidavit they have been asked to sign that they will not change the party. The Congress is taking their candidates to churches and the mandirs and temples
No, it's
and
not
asking
about
them
the
to
party. It was our suggestion to gain the confidence, the faith of the people. Like last time what happened, 17 candidates plus independents supported by Congress, plus the MGP, plus the Goa Forward. The only reason was 5 sitting chief ministers were there who wanted that chair. Chief minister's chair was wanted by 5 sitting MLA, means who had won this thing. So they were all waiting for 36 hours so that they would be declared. So in that bargain, we formed the government. I was then in the BJP. We formed the government.
Right.
Today everybody is out. Congress party remained with only one leader, that is Digambar Kamath. After that I joined, and these are all new faces.
People say that you are also eyeing for the chief minister's position.
See,
That is one of the reason for you to join Congress.
no, it is, I'm new in the party.
Yeah.
I will work for the party. It is with the party to decide.
Party is not new to you. You have been in Congress before.
Yeah, I've been in Congress before, but it is for the party to decide who will be the chief minister. But we are not going to be in fighting terms. Like, if I am not made CM, I would run away or something like that.
Can you promise that there will not be defections after the election results are out?
There won't be any.
Goa has always seen defections, ma'am. Can
As
you
far
promise-
as Congress is
why
concerned.
a party like Aam Aadmi Party is asking you to sign an affidavit, asking you to go to the church and
It was the
asking you to take
decision
the
of
oath?
all the candidates to go in the church, to go in the
Precisely
temple.
because this has been happening.
Right.
Okay, we know what happened as far as the Congress candidates are concerned during the last election. Okay, I think 15 of them after
Shifted.
winning
Yeah,
shifted.
shifted.
15 of
Yeah.
them. Okay, so what stops them from doing the same thing now? It almost looks like it's a daily habit to just shift and switch parties, and that is the reason to gain the confidence of the people and also to ensure that we, check our conscience and make sure that we stay faithful to the party on which ticket we win as candidates.
No, but will this happen finally? Because 60% of, one of the studies says that 60% of the people who are contesting elections from, say, BJP or the Congress or Aam Aadmi Party, they are not from originally that party. They have come from some other parties and are contesting.
Yes, and
Only
I would,
23 MLAs are there right now in the Goa Assembly because most of them have left their parties, so they had to resign from their position.
yes.
What kind of politics
so
Goa is
I
showing?
would like to tell you why I left BJP.
Yeah.
Okay, you did not give me a chance
Yeah.
to complete my answer.
Yeah.
I left BJP because I felt BJP was destroying Goa. And if I am here today in politics, I am in place of late Matani Saldana, who was my husband.
Right.
Okay. Now, and he was a person who loved Goa, and he led several struggles to protect the environment of Goa. And the projects that the government was bringing into the state were totally destructive as far as the environment is concerned. And precisely for this reason, I felt that I could not continue with the party, and I left.
What will happen post-poll? The Aam Aadmi Party, will it go with the Congress? Will it go with the BJP? Because if there is a hung assembly, will this happen that the Aam Aadmi Party may be able to go with the Congress than the BJP?
Well, we have not discussed this issue because we expect to get the majority, because as I go from house to house, the response that I'm getting is so very positive,
Right.
because people have realized that they have checked and tasted different parties, and they have seen how these parties have betrayed them. And AAP is a new entrant into the field, who has done wonderful work in Delhi, and people want the same to be replicated in the state
You
of
use
Goa.
the word yes.
I would like to correct Madam Alina Saldana. She won 2017 election. It was the split in the vote of Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. And she won by 300 odd votes. And that was the split, direct split. You check the record and check the record of entire Goa. Entire Goa. Congress got 17 numbers. They would have got 24 numbers. You see the number of candidates of Congress lost. Murmugaon by 74 votes. Madam on BJP won. I was also in BJP by 300 odd votes. This was a direct split. Now I would like to tell the people of Goa that Aam Aadmi parties come from Delhi. First they said we are party of principle, this, that, everything, whatever
They
is
are.
agreed.
And they have proved themselves in
Yeah,
Delhi.
yeah.
Okay.
Everything
and the
they said.
election results in Delhi have proved that people are happy with the
Now there are two parties in Goa.
governance.
One is from Bengal, one is from Delhi. They are trying to split the secular votes. Last time they didn't open an account. This time they want to give the numbers back again to BJP, which people of Goa have realized now.
You know what people say?
People of Goa have realized that they
You're
will
absolutely
back
wrong.
again
You're
go with the
absolutely wrong,
Congress
Mr.
party.
Michael, you know what
The
people say?
have
That
realized
if the
that
Congress wins
cannot
elections,
be trusted, and that history will
17
repeat
seats
itself.
were won by Congress in last election, 2017. 15 of Congress MLAs shifted
Yes,
to other
absolutely
parties.
right.
Why?
How are
sir.
you going to keep
Tell
it
me the
intact?
reason why.
There is no reason.
You have to
when
answer.
you're elected
No, I
on
was with the BJP.
party's ticket, you
So
have
the
to remain
only
with
reason
the
I
party.
have clarified that we had 5 chief ministers on that round table conference, which was going, not conference,
So this time
to
there are no
elect
chief
the
minister
Congress,
aspirants.
to elect the Congress legislature party chief.
Right.
To bring that name, it took them 36 hours.
Right. So this time,
Which is a job we BJP asked Madam, she was present. We did it in 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes.
okay. Before we wind up, lastly, I want to ask one question because whenever anybody thinks about Goa politics, people think about betrayal. People shift from one party to other party. You think that the voters are their understanding has increased now from 2017. They will teach lessons to those who will be turncoats, who will shift the parties.
I will answer this
And
first.
the
Yes,
oath and
sir.
affidavit, which has been signed by both of you,
Yes, so
will be abided by.
I would like to make a statement on my behalf.
Yes.
The people of my constituency have faith in me because they know that if I have shifted, I have shifted from BJP to Aam Aadmi Party because I was not happy with the governance that was given by the party. It was destructive, both as far as the state is
There will
concerned.
be no shifting henceforth.
Definitely not.
Michael?
I'm very confident that people will send all those guys who shifted.
Not you.
All those guys who shifted. We
Yes, sir.
completed our term.
Yes, okay.
See, I would say directly, Madam has completed her term. I have completed my term. When the code of conduct was announced, we resigned
Right.
to go to the next party. We have gone to the next party. We did not like the way they are going on with the BJP, the way they were handling the party and the issues relating to the people of Goa, common issues.
Absolutely.
Because of that, we have shifted. I am shifted.
Okay.
I have gone to the Congress. She's gone to the Aam Aadmi Party. But I want to tell that all those guys who have shifted will be sent home.
Okay. I have
Yeah.
to,
So,
yes.
the people of my constituency know exactly why I left the BJP. And the people of my constituency are very sure and confident that I have joined the right party, the party that will give governance just as it is happening in Delhi. And the electoral results in Delhi have proved that the people of Delhi are happy with Aam Aadmi Party governance.
Well, on that note, people are really watching this politics because in Goa, it's very difficult to predict, even after the election results. On 14th of Feb, Goa is going to vote for those people. As Michael was saying, will they teach lessons to those who have changed their parties and are now standing on some other party ticket? Will they teach lessons to those who midway left those parties on their ticket, they won the elections? Or, as I always say, that, to predict Goa elections, first let's for the results. even after the results, it will be very difficult to predict anything. But this time also, we'll have to keep watch on that. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Madam Saldana, for joining us today. India Today Roundtable will continue. We have our special guest lined up after that, Ranjit Surjewala, and after that, Mr. Sanjay Raut as well. Stay tuned on India Today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna Paula beach right behind us. It's placid, it's calm, but anything which is true is that the political shifting sands of Goa are anything but unpredictable. So what happened in 2017, it seemed when Goa went to election last, it seemed it was an out and out, going to be a Congress government. They had 17 seats in a 40-member assembly. They had 117. BJP had 113. But Sarkar bani BJP ki. Has Congress learnt any lessons? Is baar kya karegi Congress? To take it from here, I want to call upon stage Mr. Randeep Singh Surjewala, General Secretary, the Indian National Congress, to come and answer all these questions that have come at the back of Congress's performance in 2017 and the run-up to these elections. Welcome, sir. बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत धन्यवाद आप गोवा आए. Thank you, Mr. Surjewala. Sir, Mr. Surjewala, I want to begin, if you allow me, with a few questions which are now on the national stage. And we'll come to Goa as well. Yesterday, Rahul Gandhi spoke in Parliament, fiery speech on the floor of the House. The BJP, be it online, there's a privilege motion against Mr. Gandhi right now in Parliament to grave offence on Rahul Gandhi using the term Union of Territories. They have called it against the ethos, the idea of India.
Why is BJP scared of Mr. Rahul Gandhi? That I would like to ask them. When you speak of 7 years of Modi government's rule, 3 words come to everybody's mind: inequality, injustice, disparity. When Mr. Gandhi speaks about these, which, except for a few, very few leaders in the political arena are able to, when he speaks about a government that is, instead of 140 crore people, a government being run for 142 people who have made 30 lakh crore in last 2 years, when he speaks about grave injustice to the downtrodden and the poor, why is BJP scared? When he reminds the Prime Minister that We are a union of states. We are not an autocratic country to be ruled by a king sitting in Delhi at his whims. And because we are a union of states, so even a small state like Goa should have their say in center's resources as also in their agenda of development. That's all that he said. And let him be sent to jail for it. We are all ready.
You're ready that if he is sent to jail, because there is a privilege motion against him in Parliament.
Absolutely. For that shows how scared Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Modi are of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. A sense of Gandhism, a sense of India is fearlessness. For speaking the truth, people have been hanged historically. For speaking the truth, Britishers sent Indian National Congress leaders to jail. For speaking the truth, Bhagat Singh was hanged. I don't think so. I think we are passing through another arena or another phase of India's post-liberation era where truth, justice, equality, constitution, India's ethos are under attack, and it's good to go to jail if they have to be restored.
Randeep ji, you say he was speaking the truth. Another thing he's come under criticism, and I will ask you this question, is by linking the Prime Minister to a Shahenshah running an empire, an emperor running his kingdom. Now, a lot of people are criticizing that statement because it's come from a dynast himself. Was it a little rich by Congress to actually Rahul Gandhi saying what he did? Because खुद भी तो वो डिनेस्टी से ही आते हैं. अगर हम तानाशाह किंगडम की बात करें, एम्पायर की बात करें, बहुत कहते हैं तो गांधी एम्पायर भी है.
अगर मोदी जी इस देश की एक महिला को 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड कहें बतौर प्रधानमंत्री के तो ठीक है भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए. अगर मोदी जी कहें कि अगर एक महिला अचार की शीशी लेकर खड़ी हो जाए तो मार्केटिंग बेटर होगी, वो भी ठीक है. अगर वो और उनके मंत्री देश समेत आदित्यनाथ जी के ये कहें कि अगर महिला को स्वतंत्रता चाहिए तो वो निर्वस्त्र होकर शी शुड वॉक अराउंड नेकेड, तो वो सही है क्योंकि ये उनकी मानसिकता है. पर सच्चाई क्या है? सच्चाई ये है कि इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री एक तानाशाह शहंशाह, मुझे लगता उन्हें तानाशाह भी ऐड करना चाहिए था, एक तानाशाह शहंशाह की तरह बिहेव कर रहे हैं. हम सब जानते हैं कि मोहब्बत बिन तुगलक ने इस देश की करेंसी और राजधानी के साथ क्या किया था. टुडे इंडियाज प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज बिहेविंग इन द सेम फैशन, एंड व्हाई शुड वी नॉट कॉल ए स्पेड ए स्पेड?
चलिए रणदीप जी, स्पीकिंग द ट्रूथ इज वेल एंड गुड, बीइंग फायरी इज वेल एंड गुड. द स्पीच हैज आल्सो मेनी पीपल से इज एक्सट्रीमली फायरी, बट व्हाट मेनी पीपल से, और ये सिर्फ बीजेपी नहीं कहती है, इट हैज कम फ्रॉम अ लॉट ऑफ ऑपोजिशन लीडर्स एज वेल, इज पॉलिटिकल कंसिस्टेंसी, which they say Rahul Gandhi will come and make these grand speeches, उसके बाद गायब हो जाएंगे. ये सिर्फ बीजेपी नहीं कहती है, ये ममता बनर्जी कहती हैं, ये तो शरद पवार जी ने भी बोल रखा है.
Please see the political journey over last 7 years of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He has always said that there are two Indias being created by the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is a suit boot sarkar. And the entire Modi model of governance is based on crony capitalism. These are two consistent stands that he has taken. Whatever Mr. Gandhi said, believed in, has repeated it umpteen number of times, is now there for everybody to see. When 142 people in this country, their wealth goes up from 23 lakh 14,000 crore to 56 lakh 16,000 crore, a jump of 30 lakh crore, which is almost equivalent to the entire expenditure in a year of Government of India. Why should there be any inconsistency in that?
What has been consistent of late is your former ally Mamta Banerjee trying to claim your space as, if I can use the word, the primary opposition in this country. She has made a huge statement yesterday. Some can call it foolhardy, some can say it takes a lot of stomach to actually take that risk, where she says 2024 Mamta Banerjee will fight from Uttar Pradesh. Is the Congress intimidated?
Why should anybody be intimidated? It is the political prerogative of Mamta ji or any other political party to fight any election anywhere. It's not as if we have lost allies. The maximum number of allies that anybody has lost is Prime Minister Modi. And these elections have also shown that the maximum number of leaders, there are always some desertions from all parties, that have happened is from Bharatiya Janata Party. We are not intimidated, but every political party needs to introspect and see. It's not a fight only for usurpation of power or gaining power. 2024 or 2022 is a fight to save what is the essence of this country. Are we going to be ruled by 2, 3, 4 business houses? Is this country going to be, every policy going to be decided by 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen people? Is this country going to be finally a monopoly where no person can have dissent or an individual opinion? Or is this country going to able to retain the composite character that we have espoused for? We have inculcated it in the constitution and we have preserved it for 75 years. So it's India which is under attack from the BJP, and every political party finding political space must find it, but must realize that Congress is the center of that space, and if you try to demolish the center, you may cause a democratic earthquake.
Well, the TMC believes otherwise, but that's a topic of another discussion. Let's leave 2024. Let's talk about elections now, but I will keep the same vein of the question I asked before. Jis tarike se dekho, whichever way one looks at it, it is a big statement to make, whether it is foolhardy, but it's a brave, politically a brave statement to say a regional leader to come and say, I will fight from Uttar Pradesh. Why can't that political stomach or that, that kind of political bravery be seen in your leaders? Till now, we don't know whether Priyanka Gandhi is fighting from Uttar Pradesh or not. Will she fight? Because the leadership is hers. We see her everywhere. It's her election in UP. लड़ेंगी कि नहीं लड़ेंगी?
प्रियंका गांधी जी की ब्रेवरी इसी बात में है कि उन्होंने अपनी पूरी ताकत, पूरी शक्ति पिछले 3 साल से, जब से उन्हें महासचिव बनाया गया है, उत्तर प्रदेश में लगाई. आज समाजवादी पार्टी, बहुजन समाज पार्टी, दूसरे दल महत्वपूर्ण हैं, मैं मानता हूं, क्योंकि हमने 30 साल से उतना राजनीतिक धरातल हम नहीं पा पाए. पर यह भी सच है कि उत्तर प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हर बात का विरोध और जमीनी आंदोलन अगर किसी ने किया तो वो कांग्रेस ने किया, प्रियंका गांधी ने किया. चाहे वो महिलाओं के साथ अनाचार हो, चाहे वो किसानों को रौंदने वाली घटनाएं हो, चाहे वो अनुसूचित जाति, दलितों, गरीबों, पिछड़ों के ऊपर हमले हों, चाहे वो किसानों के गन्ने के पैसे के लिए आंदोलन करने की बात हो, तो पश्चिम से लेकर पूर्व उत्तर प्रदेश तक अगर एक पार्टी लगातार लड़ी अल्पसंख्यकों के लिए, गरीबों के लिए, दलितों के लिए, नौजवानों के लिए, तो वो कांग्रेस लड़ी. और पार्टियां बहुत सारी जो अब हैं वो 6-8 महीने पहले ही बाहर आई हैं घर से, पर हम लगातार लड़े हैं. और दिस इज ब्रेवरी. व्हाट इज ब्रेवरी देन?
तो इस ब्रेवरी का ट्रू टेस्ट, बिकॉज आप जा रहे हैं मतदाता के पास, यू आर गोइंग टू द वोटर हियर. एक चुनाव लड़ना नहीं होगा. वो अगर आप देख लीजिए, एवरीवन इज बिटन द पॉलिटिकल बुलेट. यू हैव अखिलेश यादव, वो पहले कह रहे थे नहीं लड़ेंगे, लड़ रहे हैं. यू हैव द चीफ मिनिस्टर योगी आदित्यनाथ, जो अभी फिर लड़ रहे हैं. प्रियंका गांधी को नहीं लड़ना चाहिए. बस उस पर यही सवाल एक और करूंगी.
प्रियंका गांधी जी विधायक का चुनाव लड़ेंगी या सांसद का चुनाव लड़ेंगी, ये पार्टी तय करेगी. मैं इस कार्यक्रम में नहीं बता सकता, पर यह जरूर है कि उन्होंने अपना पूरी राजनीतिक धरातल की तलाश उत्तर प्रदेश की भूमि से शुरू की और अपना पूरा जीवन का समय अब वो वहां देती हैं. मुझे लगता है चुनाव महत्वपूर्ण है, चुनाव जीतना हमारे लिए कम से कम, क्योंकि हमारे लिए उत्तर प्रदेश सबसे महत्वपूर्ण प्रांत है, वो और जरूरी है. और हम उस राजनीतिक धरातल की तलाश कर रहे हैं. द वेरी फैक्ट दैट वी आर कंटेस्टिंग ऑल सीट्स इन असेंबली दैट वी हैव नॉट डन फॉर अ फ्यू डेकेड्स shows our resolve to recover lost ground. And I think it's a important step she has taken. Please wait, and we are confident that we'll find that space back. For that space is not founded upon division of caste or religion. It is based on a new kind of politics for Uttar Pradesh, centered around development, and that's why it's मैं लड़की हूँ, लड़ सकती हूँ is an important paradigm shift that we have done.
Randeep ji, thank you for taking questions which are not of Goa. I will now move to Goa. And आप political space की बारे में बात कर रहे थे. You were talking about the political space. गोवा में तो थी ना. You had it in Goa. How will you now go to a voter? Because in 2017, you failed everyone who voted for you by not being able to form the government.
First, let me thank you for the question, but it's being asked of a wrong person. It should be asked of Pramod Sawant and Narendra Modi ji, not of me. Bharatiya Janata Party, today I steal your mic, I steal your position, I steal your chair, I steal your character, and I should be blamed or you should be blamed. The thieves of democracy are sitting in power today. It's a strong statement. It was a broad daylight dacoity on democracy. Yes, I think I was hearing two people who came from BJP and are now in different parties. Congress has given a fresh start. Each one of our candidates is new. They are young, they are dedicated. Some are war heroes, some are doctors, some are lawyers, some are other professionals. They are dedicated to creation of a new, honest, transparent Goa. We are beginning a new brand of politics here. And that's what we have presented to the people. For Congress is the only party that Goa trusts. For Congress is the only party that is connected to the ethos, to the culture, and to the common interests of people of Goa. We are not outsiders who are here for election tourism that many other parties are. We have been here. We were here when Goa was carved out, when Goa was liberated, and we are here today and will be here tomorrow. So in Congress, people trust.
Randeep ji, you've called it the theft of democracy. Some will say it's the nature of politics, new politics, which the Congress can't wrap its head around. But let's say it was the theft of democracy of what you are saying. Can't it happen again? What if it happens this time again?
The reason is twofold. Number one, I don't agree that ये सब चलता है attitude. प्रजातंत्र में एमएलए सेब और केले की तरह बोली लगाकर सबसे ज्यादा पैसे वाला खरीद लेगा. Do Goans want that? No. Do Goans want that their vote should be put up for auction to the highest bidder instead of democratically electing their government? No. I am middle-aged and neither any young person nor people your and my age nor people elder to us want that to happen. This is called a brutalization of constitution and democracy. And what we are doing now, we have given a new start. We could have taken these guys back. All of them were ready to come back, except for one or two places where we thought that they have made amends. Congress has not taken those defectors back. We said we put a stop to it. We will have younger Goans, we will have middle-aged Goans, we will have dedicated Goans. We will have Goans who believe in our policies, in our ideology, in ensuring that we are able to carve out a new Goa. That's why I said, we are the party with a difference. We are the party who wants to rebuild Goa. And that's why our candidates will not go away. We are confident.
You're confident that your candidates will not go away. But Randeep ji, ये off late जो हमने पिछले 2-3 हफ्ते में देखा है, मतलब it's a little funny also अगर आप देख लें कि लॉयल्टी ओथ दी जा रही है, जो भी कैंडिडेट आप चूज कर रहे हो, मंदिर में लेके जाया गया है, भगवान के सामने लॉयल्टी ओथ लेके जा रहे हैं, चर्च में जा रहे हैं आप, तो मतलब अब भगवान के ऊपर है, अब भगवान ही डिफेक्टर्स बचाएगा कांग्रेस से.
जी नहीं, भगवान तो हमारी जिंदगी का हिस्सा है. हाउ कैन आई डिनाई गॉड? आई एम ए बिलीवर. Whether it is Hanuman ji or whether it is Bhagwan Shri Ram, Lord Krishna, Jesus Christ, Guru Gobind Singh, Guru Nanak, they are a reality as far as India is concerned. It runs in our ethos, in our blood. So when I say that we have started a system where people have taken a vow, that's for people of Goa. We have taken a vow to serve. We have taken a vow to stand by our ideology. We have taken a vow to stand by our conviction. And we have promised Goans, come what may, whatever may be the allurement of money and muscle power, ED or CBI of the Bharatiya Janata Party, we will stand firm, we will stand tall, and we will not waver, nor our candidates will waver, and we will give a Congress government to Goa.
Your opposition right now in Goa, be it the TMC, be it the Aam Aadmi Party, we'll talk about the offers of alliance later. What they are telling the voters is that every vote for you, which is the Congress, is a vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Well, may I say, and I'm not wanting to sound harsh, Aam Aadmi Party's leader is an imposter. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is an imposter. You take off his white cap, there will be the black RSS cap underneath it.
आपने उनको छोटा मोदी भी बुलाया क्यों?
क्योंकि वो छोटे मोदी हैं. तरीका, चरित्र, व्यवहार, सब कुछ देखिए. अगर वो छोटे मोदी नहीं हैं, तो मैं आज अरविंद केजरीवाल जी से इंडिया टुडे आज तक पर पूछता हूं कि योगेंद्र यादव कहां हैं? वो तो सबसे बड़े थे उनकी पार्टी में. प्रशांत भूषण कहां हैं? कुमार विश्वास कहां हैं? और दर्जनों सैकड़ों साथी जो उनके साथ इंडिया अगेंस्ट करप्शन में काम करते थे, वो कहां हैं? दिल्ली का लोकपाल कहां है? मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूं. 3 कमरे के फ्लैट का बिल दिल्ली के अंदर 40,000 रुपया आता है, 30 से 40,000 रुपया. यहां गोवा में कहते हैं कि बिजली मुफ्त है. भैया 100 यूनिट के बाद 101वां यूनिट इस्तेमाल करोगे तो 8 रुपया, 9 रुपया, 10 रुपया और आगे 13 रुपया तक बिजली का बिल है. अरविंद केजरीवाल केवल गिमिक्स करते हैं. ऑल दैट ही इंडल्जेस इज इन गिमिक्री. व्हाट इज द प्लान फॉर रेस्टोरेशन ऑफ इकोलॉजी ऑफ गोवा? What is his plan for the youth of Goa? What is his plan to ensure there is ecological friendly mining for the 300,000 mining dependent people of Goa? What is his plan for Anganwadi workers whom he has been beating up in Delhi? What is his plan for teachers? What is his plan for taxi drivers? The plan is that he has no plan. He has some freebies that he pronounces everywhere, be it Uttarakhand, be it Punjab, be it Goa, and says, now vote for me. So he is actually an imposter who is here to support the BJP as his B team.
रणदीप जी, आपने तो इतने सारे सवाल कर दिए केजरीवाल जी से. मैं आपसे एक सवाल करती हूँ. वक्त आने पे और अगर आंकड़े बैठे कि आपका पूर्ण बहुमत नहीं मिले अगर आपकी सरकार बने गोवा में, तो क्या आप, जिनको आप छोटा मोदी कह रहे हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी से अलायंस करेंगे गोवा में?
मुझे ये संपूर्ण विश्वास है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी अपने बलबूते पर सरकार बनाएगी. वी आर गोइंग टू फॉर्म द नेक्स्ट गवर्नमेंट विद द ब्लेसिंग्स ऑफ पीपल ऑफ गोवा with over 2/3 majority. I know that some pollsters will question it, but we are confident of the same. Also, I want to say, from your stage, I want to say today to all political parties, and many will come to your stage. Please introspect. For you, is Goa bigger? Is country bigger? Or your spoiler alert is bigger? By playing a spoiler, you cannot decimate Goa's future for 5 years. If Congress is the only party which is center stage, we are not center stage in UP. I appreciate that, and I said anybody who will form government will be able to do so with our support. I am not a hypocrite. In Goa, we are center stage. To be able to try and displace Congress from that space is doing a huge disservice to Goans, to Goankars, and to people of Goa, and it's doing a huge disservice even to democracy.
Randeep ji, chaliye, we'll talk about whether, so many political parties, because you already had the MGP, the Goa Forward Front, now you have the TMC, the Aam Aadmi Party. Have they muddied the political waters? Uske bare mein baat karenge, par I'll come back to the question. You say that you're confident of getting a full majority. What if you don't get? And of late, you're in charge, Mr. Chidambaram of this state has actually indicated that Congress is open to an alliance with Aam Aadmi Party later on.
As I said, and I appealed openly, be it our friends in the Trinamool Congress or other political parties, you named 4 or 5 parties, they have to see what do they stand for, gaining power or taking Goa forward. Congress stands for taking Goa forward. And in doing that, we will do all that is necessary.
Well, आपने फिर वो, चलिए, all that is necessary even if it is an alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party, if I can complete that.
Well, I will not like that you should put, you are very, very competent journalist, and I am an ordinary farmer.
Arre.
But what I said is very, very clear. I have appealed to all the political parties other than the BJP that even now it's not too late. Come forward, support the Congress candidates, there will be space for others at a right time, at a right place.
Randeep ji, chaliye, let's move on from the Aam Aadmi Party. You had another alliance offer earlier, which was from TMC. Was it ego that made you turn down the alliance, or was it understanding of the ground situation, which right now seems to suggest that the TMC's current standing could be bleak? Which one was it that you turned down that alliance?
Well, Mamta ji is a seasoned leader, and she has come from the Congress family. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, Rahul ji have always shared a special relationship with her. I will not compare her with other political parties because she comes from a pedigree. She has a right to contest separately. There was a honorable consultant who made very intemperate statements in Goa. We never reacted because we believe that in politics you have to act mature, remain mature, and act in the interest of people. What will happen post elections? I'm somebody who can't predict it. I wish I could. Maybe one day somebody will be able to predict future, but I can't predict future. I'm very confident that we will not need anybody's support. But yes, every party has space, but they should realize that by attempting to gain power momentarily or attempting to gain some political space which may not even make them a relevant player, they may not be ultimately eclipsing the future of Goa, giving space to dacoits of democracy like the BJP.
Randeep ji, do you think the TMC came into Goa 4 months before elections, because that is what the perception was, to primarily displace the Congress? They had come off what happened in Meghalaya, where overnight they turned the principal opposition because a huge number of your men defected to the TMC. They had that as an example. Goa seemed, मतलब उसी के type का के हो जाएगा लगता है जो मेघालय में हुआ गोवा में. Do you think they came to occupy your space here?
That's a question that should be asked of them, but I like to quote Mahatma Gandhi, an eye for an eye make both men blind. मुझे नहीं लगता कि कांग्रेस का स्पेस कोई गोवा में ले सकता है, because Congress has a historical, cultural connect with ordinary Goans. 95%, 96% of Goans have a connect with, historical connect with the Congress party. It is their party. Congress in Goa is Goans party, bereft of which religion or caste they come from. For that's a trust that takes 30, 40, 50 years to build. Since Goa was liberated till today, we have had ups and downs, but we are always here. And we have always stood for Goan ethos. I think that's the intrinsic difference between us and TMC. We are not here for electoral tourism. We are here for the long haul.
Do you think the TMC and Mamta Banerjee could have paid the price of an expansionist idea of an advisor, Prashant Kishore?
Well, now you are asking me to comment upon a former ally with whom we...
दोनों ही थे आपके तो?
दोनों थे. तो मेरा केवल ये कहना है कि उनकी नीति क्या है, सोच क्या है, मैं उस पर क्यों टिप्पणी करूं. इसका निर्णय वो स्वयं करेंगे. मैंने जैसा कहा कि कांग्रेस जो है वो गोवा के दिल में है, आत्मा में है. हम अपनी बात रखेंगे, वो अपनी बात रखें, ये उनको मुबारक.
रणदीप जी, प्रशांत किशोर आपके साथ काम करा हुआ है. उन्होंने यहीं पर थे, मतलब हमारे मंच पर नहीं थे, पर उन्होंने एक पब्लिकली स्टेटमेंट दिया है कि देखिए बातचीत चल रही थी कांग्रेस के साथ और वो बातचीत बिल्कुल एंड लेवल तक आ गई थी. 5% का था और वो बातचीत टूट गई उनको पार्टी में लेने के लिए. पर वो ये भी कह रहे हैं कि वो अभी भी उनके हिसाब से दरवाजे खुले हैं कि अगर कांग्रेस उनको अपनी पार्टी में लेना चाहे तो कांग्रेस के दरवाजे बंद हैं या अभी भी प्रशांत किशोर के साथ कुछ हो सकता है?
देखिए, प्रशांत किशोर कांग्रेस में आना चाहते थे. प्रशांत किशोर ने पहले भी कांग्रेस के साथ काम किया है कंसल्टेंट के तौर पर. अगर वो एक राजनीतिक एक्टिविस्ट के तौर पर आना चाहते हैं तो कांग्रेस का एक तरीका है. हमारे यहाँ अगर प्रदेश में वो किसी में काम करना चाहें तो प्रदेश नेतृत्व, केंद्रीय नेतृत्व से बात करना चाहें, वहाँ काम करना चाहें तो केंद्रीय नेतृत्व है. मुझे लगता है कि अगर उनकी कोई इच्छा है तो वो जाकर सीधी बात कर लें. मुझे नहीं लगता कि उन्हें मेरे थ्रू या इंडिया टुडे के मंच से ये बात करने की आवश्यकता है। और दूसरी बात मैं ये कहूँगा, कोई राजनीतिक दल और कांग्रेस जैसे राजनीतिक दल ने तो कभी किसी के लिए अपने दरवाजे बंद किए नहीं, क्योंकि राहुल गांधी हमेशा ये कहते हैं मोदी जी को कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत चाहिए होगा। हमें ये लगता है कि इस देश में भिन्न भिन्न विचारधाराएं वही इस देश की खूबसूरती हैं। तो इसलिए कौन कहां जाना चाहता है उसके मन की मंशा मुझे नहीं मालूम, पर हमारा एक सिस्टम, तरीका, प्रणाली है। जो भी आना चाहे उसके थ्रू वार्तालाप कर ले, कोई जड़ता नहीं है, कोई जिद नहीं है, कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है,
तो दरवाजे खुले
ना
हैं।
हम रखेंगे।
बस लास्ट 2 सवाल करूंगी रणदीप जी आपसे। सबसे बड़ा लेसन 2017 का कांग्रेस के लिए क्या है जो गोवा में हुआ?
प्रजातंत्र मजबूत होगा तो देश और प्रदेश चलेगा। यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई पीपल हु इन वर्स्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स will stand by their conviction. Conviction and character, I think these are the 2 words I've understood and the party has understood. Conviction and character are 2 things that you should look for in a man or a woman when you give them leadership roles.
Will the Congress do anything to form government and protect it? Like, because you're talking to the voters right now. Will you go all way, Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed to make your government in Goa? Because कहते थे आप लोग ने मे भी देर कर दी 2017 में, पहले ही आप अनाउंस कर देते तो आपकी सरकार थी।
To Goans, I will like to say on this stage of India Today Aaj Tak that we are here to provide you a meaningful change. A change which is not founded upon on the weight of corrupt coins that Bharatiya Janata Party has used, but a change which is founded upon character and conviction and principles that we stand for and the trust we have built with Goans over last 3-4 decades.
रणदीप जी, out of 40 आपका नंबर क्या है?
देखिए, मैं अगर वो जो ये पोलस्टर होता तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं बहुत सारे इंडिया टुडे मुझे बहुत सारा पैसा देती एक पोल देने के लिए, पर मुझे लगता है कि हम 2/3 बहुमत से पावर में आएंगे।
2/3?
I will not place a number. I can tell you that we will have more than a comfortable majority.
लिख के देंगे?
आप कहेंगी तो मैं लिखकर भी दे सकता
दे
हूं।
दीजिए।
मुझे उसमें कोई एतराज नहीं। नहीं, मुझे उसमें कोई एतराज नहीं।
लिख के दीजिए।
मैं आपको बिल्कुल लिख कर दे दूंगा।
ये लीजिए, छोटी सी पेंसिल है पर लिख दीजिए।
नहीं, पेन मेरे पास है, आप चिंता मत कीजिए। श्योर।
That Congress जो लिख रहे हैं, I'll just tell our viewers that the Congress is going to come in power in Goa with 2/3 majority.
Here you are.
इन्होंने साइन भी कर दिया है। थैंक यू रणदीप जी। वेरी फ्यू politicians put their money where their mouth is, but I appreciate it. Thank you for taking all our questions.
Thank
so
you.
this is it, and 14th is when the state of Goa will vote, and 10th March, sir, do join me on
Thank
India
you,
Today.
and thank you to India Today Aaj Tak, and thank you for Goans for believing in us.
Sir, thank you for coming. It's
Thanks.
a pleasure. Thank you, sir.